speed and power.
I got Ryan. I got Ryan Garcia.
Why?
Yeah, I just think that from that fight and since then, he hasn't been fighting for that long of a period, and then being stopped the way he was. I think he might be changing trainers, or he might still be with Salas. But even then, but I think it's gonna be a great matchup. I think Ryan needs to be careful with Rolly's punching power, because Rolly still got power, man, and definitely could do something to Ryan with those shots.
Lining in New York in Times Square. You hyped for that fight, or?
I mean, we're excited because it's a exciting matchup.
You're gonna be there, obviously.
Yeah, we'll be there, and I know Rolly's gonna come to fight because he always does. I still think Ryan is gonna win. I think he's gonna catch him, and he'll probably catch Rolly's and probably win. But Rolly's is down. He's aggressive. He's down to fight. He ain't afraid.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that too.
All right. Who do you got with that fight?
And finally, boxing professionals have settled with their picks ahead of the Garcia and Romero fight. After touching down in Riyadh for his undisputed super middleweight clash with William Skull, Canelo was asked for his prediction for Garcia-Rolly, and he said, Garcia's gonna win. He's gonna win by knockout. Garcia, at his best, should be too fast and carry too much power for someone as methodical as Rolly. Kingry needs to stay disciplined early, use his jab to frustrate Romero, and then let his hands go in the middle rounds, before detonating that monster left hook.
It will be my pleasure to fight them.
So, what's it like training with Ryan Garcia again? And what's your prediction for his fight on Friday night?
Oh, he's gonna win. He's gonna win by knockout.
Thank you.
Ryan Garcia's father, Henry Garcia, sees his son knocking out Rolando Rolly Romero in the first quarter of their 12-round welterweight fight this Friday, May 2nd, at Times Square in New York City. Henry predicts that once Kingry hits him solid, he'll be knocked out. Hopefully the fight is at least somewhat competitive because it's the headliner on DAZN PPV on a small but loaded card. Garcia needs to get some ring rust out because he hasn't fought since his fight against Devin Haney last year in April. Given the rust factor, it would be self-defeating for Ryan to obliterate Rolly in the first 4 rounds.
Antics from Rolly Romero, a little bit more pizzazz. Do you feel like, for instance, he might be gun shy on the night of the fight?
Well, I mean, he probably won't be gun shy right away, but as soon as he gets countered, I think he will be gun shy because, he's been dropped already twice, and something you don't get away from that too much. It stays with you, it humbles you, and
Man, Ryan Garcia is always exciting. He's always going to be popular. All eyes on him. He's coming off a controversial fight with Haney, so he has a lot to prove and rectify with his not only his style but his image. He needs to come back and prove that he can do everything without the issues that he had, the PEDs thing, whether it was true or not. So not only does he have—
My prediction is that Ryan will stop Rolly. Yes, first quarter. If he hits him solid, he's out, said Henry Garcia to Mill City Boxing, giving his prediction for his son, Ryan Garcia's fight against Rolando Rolly Romero. This Friday night at Times Square in New York City, Ryan is going to have to press and take some risks for an early stoppage of Rolly. This isn't a fight that he can approach in the same way as his last one against Devin Haney, who had no power. When Ryan is focused like he is now, he's a very dangerous fighter. He probably won't be gun-shy right away, but as soon as he's countered, I think he will be gun-shy, said Henry about Rolly being cautious about fighting aggressively against Garcia due to the danger of being hit with his left hook.
Humbles you. And, if fighting Ryan, I mean, Ryan's not there to shake hands. He's there to hit and knock you out. So we just have to wait and see.
Could this be a career-ending moment for Rolly, knowing that he's went back-to-back with KOs and knowing that Ryan is a bigger puncher, bigger man?
Well, it's not so much career ending if you're a warrior, because
He's Rolly been dropped twice, and you don't get away from that too much. It stays with you. It humbles you. Fighting Ryan, he's not there to shake hands. He's there to hit and knock you out. We just have to wait and see. Once a warrior, always a warrior. And Rolly has always been that way. He doesn't shy away from anyone, said Henry. It's difficult to picture Rolly not fighting aggressively throughout the fight because he fights aggressively regardless of the shots he's getting hit with. For him to change his style now, going up against a guy he dominated in sparring in the past, that's unrealistic. Henry is visualizing something that isn't possible with Rolly. His fighting style has been set, and he's stubbornly stuck to it his entire career. To change now would be stupid.
Warrior, because once a warrior, always a warrior, and I believe Rolly's has always been that way, and he doesn't shy away from anyone. Let's hope if he does get knocked out, let's hope he continues to say, hey, you know what, I'm still young, I still have opportunities, and wish him the best. All I know is that I worry about my son and his ability, and I know that
This will be Garcia's comeback fight, and his promoter, Oscar de la Hoya, the head honcho of Golden Boy Promotions, is expecting great things from the Victorville native. Speaking to Chris Mannix during the Oscar Duarte Jurado versus Miguel Madueno event at the Honda Center in Anaheim, de la Hoya shared a dangerous prediction for Garcia's return. I mean, his next fight should be somewhere around May, Oscar stated about Garcia's next fight. We're obviously doing big things with him. Turki Al Sheikh wants to put together the biggest events possible for boxing, and obviously we're right there with him. Oscar explained that he believes Garcia is craving the action in the ring.
I believe so.
Rolly's a big puncher, though, too.
Yeah, he's a big puncher, but when I think about Rolly's Ryan, I think about De La Hoya Mayorga.
Yeah, someone else had told me, Rosado had told me that he thinks the same way. Why?
Well, you have big punchers who throw, those are easy to block. All you got to do is be calm, stay collective, and do your job. That's it. So I think Ryan...
I strongly feel that Ryan Garcia is ready to come back. He's hungry. He cannot wait, Oscar added. He reminded everyone about Garcia's bout against Haney, stating, Ryan Garcia, when he fought Devin Haney, he was a very dangerous Ryan Garcia. Just to reveal his true feelings about Garcia, stating, but this time around, now that he's been a year off, now that he's really hungry to get back in the ring, we're going to see a very, very, very dangerous Ryan Garcia up in that ring whenever he fights.
It's going to be a fun, short fight. It's going to be a fun 4-round fight.
4 rounds.
I believe so.
So majority of people I've spoken to have told me 4 to 6, 4 to 6. Why? Why so short?
It's going to be at a high pace, and both fighters can bang. Hey, Rollies can land a punch. You never know. But I think the punches that are going to be flying inside that ring is going to make it for a short night.
That said, Oscar de la Hoya seems to be hinting at an explosive comeback from Ryan Garcia this May. Whether King Rai can deliver on the promise is yet to be seen, but fans will sure hope he wins to make the Devin Haney fight. Do you think Garcia will dominate Romero?
I think Ryan. I think Ryan catches him and wins. I think he probably stops him. He can probably stop him. But for as long as the fight lasts, Rolly's is in the fight. He's always going to be aggressive.
Former champion and Hall of Famer Tim Bradley has now made his choice and is backing Ryan Garcia. He thinks King Rai will land his famous left hook to get the job done against Romero, whose defense has holes to be exploited. Speaking to Fight Hub TV, Bradley said, I think Ryan's going to catch him with that left hook and it's going to be night-night. I think Ryan has changed, definitely. I think his character has definitely changed with the way he's just playing it now. A lot more calmer, very respectful. Look like a real businessman now. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of tamed it and toned it down a bit.
Just play a show, put on a show, and I think he's going to win, man. I think he's going to win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it
Nah,
won't
there's
go
too many
past-
hoes. Too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Too many hoes. Too many hoes. I think if you wanted to, you can see that he got a lot of hoes in this game, man. He's very unconventional, but, got some pop on his shots, but that's it. I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be.
Bradley added, I respect that with Ryan, and I think he's going to be a lot more focused now, and he's actually going to go and train and put on a show, and I think he's going to win by knockout. Romero awaits Garcia, and with the latter starting a huge favorite, Tim Bradley, a former 2-weight world champion who fought Manny Pacquiao 3 times, has had his say. I think Ryan's going to catch him with that left hook, and it's going to be night-night, said Bradley when speaking to Fight Hub TV.
I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be night-night. I think Ryan has changed definitely. I think his character has definitely changed. With the way he's displaying it now, a lot more calmer, very respectful. Look like a real businessman now. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely
I think Ryan has definitely changed. I think his character has definitely changed with the way he's displaying it now. A lot more calmer and respectful. He looks like a real businessman now. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's toned it down a bit. I respect that with Ryan, and I think he's going to be a lot more focused now. Double knockout. Yeah, I want them both to just wind up, both of them at the same time. Boom. Knocked out both of them. Yeah, I'll knock both of them out. The same loose tooth pull. Bam. They both get a tooth missing instantly, Blair Cobb said.
So you kind of favor Ryan? Why? Just due to the
I
speed?
favor Ryan just because I think more experience, more big fight experience and stuff like that.
True.
And I do. I favor him. Just a bigger star, and he is fast. He does have that hook and stuff, but at the same time, Rolly is just wild, and Rolly could catch him with something. So I would just favor Ryan, but it's
Cobbs is aware of the power the two fighters possess, and left to him, he's ready to see them damage each other. Rolly with his right hand and Ryan with his left hook. I'm gonna go with one knock. That's Ryan G, Sebastian Tertarian responded. Ryan's hook, bro, is a killer. So Ryan, all day. Ryan Garcia by KO after 7, Jamie Robinson added. Good fight. I like Rolly, he's a good fighter, but if I had to pick someone, I'd probably say Ryan by knockout, Stephen McKenna said.
I'm here with Sugar Shane Mosley Jr.
What's up?
Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero.
Ryan Garcia.
Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barbosa.
Listen, I think Tio wins. I want Arnold Barboza to win.
Yeah, because he has a golden boy.
No, that's my boy.
Okay.
No, like more than anything, that's my boy, and I've known him since we was kids.
So like the Devin Haney fight?
I think Devin should win. He should win, but it's.
Many have at some point deemed Rolly a weak opponent for Garcia. His performance over the years has been really discouraging. However, they also understand that it's Ryan Garcia's comeback fight, and taking a tune-up means he fights against an opponent he's almost sure he will defeat. Yeah, I think it's going to be a firefight, a really, really exciting fight for one that lasts.
You saw what Ryan Garcia did a year ago. How concerned are you with that left hook that he is so proud of?
Not very concerned at all.
At all?
At all.
You're going to defend it? You're going to stop it? How do you counteract it? How does he not land it?
Surprisingly, someone thinks the fight will last. But let's see. From another angle, it just seems like whoever hits hard first will give the other an early knockout. You know I got Rolly in shape, Rolly in dog mode again. We were already in his head for years back, so Rolly knows how to beat him. And like I said, if he goes in shape and brings back the Johnny Taco, that dog, Rolly can stop anybody. I've always rooted for him.
It's a good fight. And I think it's closer than a lot of people think.
And when Devin rematches Ryan, who you got in that one?
If he doesn't change something, it's going to be Ryan again.
Ryan again.
If he doesn't change something and protect himself from that left hook, I mean, we're talking about a guy that you could tell was visibly tired after every exchange.
What do you think of the new Ryan Garcia? He's cleaned up his act. He's sober. He's saying all the right things. What do you think about it?
I've never not rooted for him. Rolly's a fighter. He a dog. All that boxing just slows down, makes him think too much. So if he goes in there, keeps thinking and thinking and thinking, it's going to make him slow to perform. He needs to just go in there and be who he is, which is a KO artist. You know what I'm saying? Coach Bullet professed. I think he has a really good hook and he has speed. Rolly, he's more of a sit-down power puncher, so he doesn't move like Ryan does. So I don't think Ryan will knock him out per se, but I feel like he'll beat him in boxing, Jadali Medeiros said. For some reason, a professional sees this as a boxing masterclass and not the knockout chaos it looks like. Many haven't thought of the matchup in terms of pure boxing. It's been mainly related to their power and chin. Well, someone agrees with that, highlighting specifically that Rolly Romero began to lose when they tried changing him into a boxer.
You said earlier today when you're talking to the Ring Magazine that Ryan Garcia is not chasing championships. He's basically just wants to be a model. What did you mean by that?
Well, he didn't make weight for his last 4 title fights, and he didn't even try to make weight with Tank, so yeah, you're not chasing a belt. But we'll see. May 2nd.
I hope it lasts. I hope he continues to stay sober. I hope he continues to be, on the right path. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that it's a crazy life and stuff like that, but just stay on the right path and let that light shine through, man.
He knocks out Rolly?
Yeah.
You can put money on it?
So Rolly, when he was with Bullet, had a certain fighting style. They tried to change that fighting style and turn him into a boxer. He's not a boxer. They took away a power puncher's power and his belief in himself. And that's why I believed Ryan Garcia all day long. And I like Rolly. Cutman Vic, both Ryan and Devin win. Attention will quickly turn to their rematch. Garcia appeared confident ahead of his clash with Romero and delivered a brutal prediction for the fight on May 2nd.
I'm not going to put money on it because I don't like to put my bull on somebody else, right? Because my luck is now in it if I do that, right? Because if I have bad luck, I put my money on that. That's how I feel. I don't bet on people that I don't that I know and I appreciate. So with that being said, I wouldn't do that. But if I had to bet, it would be Ryan.
When asked at the presser how long Rolly will last in the ring with him, he said, "He's going to come to fight. I'm not taking him lightly or anything like that. I'm still going to train my best, but everybody wants to see the rematch with Haney, and that's where my heart is at. So I've just got to prepare well. I know I'm the better fighter, and I'm going to knock him out." When asked about the importance of making a statement in his upcoming fight, "All of my fights are a statement. Every fight is important. I can't go in there without trying to do my best. So of course," said Garcia. Delivering his prediction for May 2nd, Garcia said, "I put Rolly to sleep with a left hook. That's it. That's what you're going to see. Period." Garcia was also asked about what fighters are on his radar after Rolly Romero and Devin Haney, and Garcia said, "Teo, right there. I want that. You know I want that."
It'll be an interesting fight for sure.
Do you favor Ryan as well on the rematch with Devin?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. It's just that thing. I mean, I think if Devin could beat Ryan, bro, he can show this fight. Well, that fight could show his greatness because if you can beat somebody that beat you like that,
Andrew, real quick. So your prediction for Rolly versus Ryan? How do you see that fight going down?
Bro, I don't want to disrespect anyone. I want to wish everybody the absolute best. I hope everybody gets in there, has a great time, leaves happy, healthy, a little bit richer.
Right.
But Ryan's quick, man. I'll just tell you something. Like, I remember from my fight days, I'm a bit old now, but I'm scared of the guy.
Former victim of Haney and two-time lightweight champion Regis Prograis is looking to revive his career after 2 straight unanimous decision losses to Haney and Jack Catterall, and also touched on the Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia fight. Prograis offered his prediction on how he sees the fight playing out between Garcia and Romero. Regis Prograis acknowledged that he had seen the sparring footage between Rolly and Ryan, and as much as others have tried to say much, he thinks that's actually not a predictable fight because both of them are so wild and both can land punches. Prograis said to Mill City Boxing, according to him, Ryan can land big punches, and Rolly is no exception as well, as he can land big punches also. Just when he was edging toward Ryan Garcia, he was haunted by memories of the sparring footage he had seen years ago.
They're saying this time Ryan stops him. Do you feel like a stoppage this time around it could be possible due to the confidence?
it's possible. I think it's possible. It's definitely possible. But we gotta see what Devin on. We gotta see what type of time he gonna come on. I think we gotta see what's up with him and Ramirez first, and see how he does with Ramirez. You know, I don't know. It's man, in boxing, anything possible.
Yeah, you're right about that.
He claimed Rolly was beating the hell out of Ryan in the gym, acknowledging how wild Rolly could be and how sometimes it's hard to time and fight somebody like that. Eventually he settled for Ryan, but promised not to count Rolly Romero out because Rolly can hit Ryan with something as dangerous as his own left hook. Ryan Garcia was his pick because Ryan had more big fight experience and has been under the spotlights for a longer time, being the blogger star. He acknowledged the damaging effect of Ryan's hook but considered Rolly's right hand as well. That could hit Ryan and render him unconscious. Regardless of the outcome, Prograis is sure it will be an interesting fight. For him, it's a thing of picking Ryan over Rolly, but reconsidering his pick as a result of the sparring session they had years ago. Both men are powerful, and that can change the outcome at any point.
Shit still happen. Like we could say, we could say whatever was in the system, but no matter what, bro, that fight still happened. He still dropped me. He still hurt him and stuff like that 3 times. So, if he can come out of that and he can win, that'll really show his greatness.
Do you feel like, people in the comments?
Before coming into this fight with Roll, Garcia originally beat Haney last April during a matchup shrouded in controversy, dropping his divisional rival 3 times en route to a majority decision win. Garcia and Romero met alongside the rest of the card at a press conference at the Mayan in Los Angeles, California. At the presser, Garcia delivered a brutal prediction ahead of his return to the ring. Prograis has previously labeled Romero as a poor fighter and the least deserving champion at the time he held the belt, having beaten Ismael Barroso in controversial fashion in May 2023. If Devin can beat Ryan, he can show his greatness, said Prograis.
Rolly Romero. Garcia versus Romero.
We're going to go to the marquee right after.
Let's go, Garcia.
If you can beat someone that beat you like that, it's special. When you take all the supplements that Garcia was taking and we take that out, the rematch can be different. We can say whatever was in his system, but that fight still happened. He still dropped him, hurt him, and dropped him 3 times. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.